Welcome to Animal Atlas. Come with us around the globe and explore the animal world and its jungle animals and desert creatures. We'll meet wildlife on the savannah and see our underwater friends. And animals from the Arctic Circle. Anywhere, everywhere animals live. It's always an adventure. Today on Animal Atlas, we're heading out to pay a visit to man's best friend. Who might that be? Well, no, not exactly. The bonobo, a primate and a great ape, is our closest relative, sharing 98% of our DNA. Closer than even the chimpanzee. Or the gorilla. Or even the contemplative red-haired ape, the orangutan. Close, but not best friends. What about the horse? Human friendship with the horse goes back at least 4,500 years, to when horses were first domesticated. Perhaps no other animal in history has assisted mankind so adeptly with transportation and agriculture. After all, before mechanization, who pulled the plow? And still does? But best friends? We're close, no doubt about that, but there's still another animal that's even closer. Want to take a guess? There are a lot of animals to choose from. Yes, these are all familiar, friendly faces. But only one animal in the whole world holds the title of man's best friend. The dog. So what exactly is a dog? All dogs are carnivores, or meat-eating mammals. Members of the dog family are called canids, from the Latin canis, meaning dog. But our domestic dogs are only one of the 36 species of canids. The dog family also includes wolves and foxes, and wild dogs too, like the New Guinea singing dog. Canids do have certain important things in common, specifically adaptations for hunting. Take those teeth, from wolf to domestic dog, a canid's teeth are a hunter's teeth, used for killing prey, chewing meat, gnawing bones, and also for self-protection. Think about it. We humans, and other primates too, also have nice teeth. But we have hands with opposable thumbs for everything from food gathering to self-defense to decorating. Wild canids, with their 4 legs and no hands, rely almost solely on their teeth. In fact, see those large, sharp, conical teeth? They're called canines, in honor of the dog family. No matter whose mouth they're found in. All canids have highly developed senses of sight and smell, as well as extraordinary hearing. And our domestic dogs today, no matter what their breed, still have the teeth and the super senses of the wolf. Even if hunting is not what it used to be. In fact, all of our domestic dogs are a subspecies of the wolf. That's right, all of them, from our little dachshund to the cuddly beagle. All domestic dogs descended from the wolf. In some species, like the German Shepherd, the resemblance is so clear that it's hard to tell which is the wolf and which is the dog. German Shepherd in the woods, wolf in the woods. Even Little Red Riding Hood would have a hard time making that distinction. Yes, we certainly can see the canid family resemblance in this Arctic timber wolf and this distinctive black wolf from British Columbia when we look at some dogs. But in others, the only wolf that remains seems to be the sharp teeth and a hunter's instinct. Remember the first horse became domesticated around 4,500 years ago? Well, the dog moved into our domestic life closer to 12,000 years ago. And today, for example, in the United States, 1 in 3 households claim a dog as a family member. That's a lot of dogs. Wolves were respected by ancient peoples because they, like humans, are highly social animals. Their pack bonding and behavior is not so unlike the closeness in primate families. Though we can't know for sure, scientists believe that orphaned wolf cubs from wolves not much different than these, that were rescued and taken into ancient households, were the ancestors of our modern dogs. Then, through artificial selection, which means not natural, but through human design, we have bred dogs for the traits and physical characteristics we like, in terms of size, appearance, and temperament. Some dogs are big. Some are small. Some are low to the ground. And some have especially long legs. Some are short-haired. Some are long-haired. And there's a wide variety of coat colors for dogs. Since, unlike the wolf, whose fur color blends with its environment, a domestic dog's coat isn't primarily used for camouflage. So distinctive fur and eye-catching markings abound in domestic dog world. Though modern domestic dogs may not resemble each other in a lot of ways, it's the wolf pack's natural instinct for loyalty and devotion that has remained unchanged even in domesticity. Why? Because those instincts so closely correspond to our human ideals of love and friendship. Here, a dog owner is the pack leader in the eyes of his Great Danes. After all, he feeds them and protects them. And in turn, they reward him with loyalty and devotion. Which sure looks like love and friendship, doesn't it? You bet it does. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll talk dog breeding. But first, let's see if you can guess this animal fact. Domestic dogs are used by us for A. Companionship, B. Hunting, C. Protection, or D. All of the above. The answer coming up when we return to Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? Domestic dogs are used by us for? The answer is D. All of the above. Though when many of us see a dog, especially an adorable puppy, we think pet. Historically, dogs have been much more than that for us humans. Rocco, a Bernese mountain dog, is a beloved pet, but his breed has an admirable history in Switzerland. These large dogs were used for protecting merchants, cattle traders, drovers, and their herds as they braved the dangerous Swiss mountain passes. Not only did these dogs guard and protect the travelers by day, but at night, in the bitter cold, these dogs would sleep beside their human companions. Their exceptionally thick fur would act as a big, furry blanket, keeping both man and man's best friend from freezing to death. And if the path through the mountain became covered with snow, that nose would find the path and lead the way. Rocco may look like just a big, lovable dog, but his breed is a noble one. Really. Mastiffs are large, fawn-colored dogs, and no breed fits this description better than the Great Dane. These dogs were developed in Germany in the 17th and 18th century to hunt boars, which is a kind of wild pig. Okay, hunting piglets like these little guys with a huge dog doesn't seem very sporty. But the fierce wild boars of Central Europe more closely resemble the African warthog than a domestic piglet. When they weren't boar hunting, what did these dogs do? Guard the castles, of course, often in pairs. Intimidating? You bet. Now, both the Bernese Mountain Dog and the Great Dane are big dogs, but they have nothing on the Newfoundland, a giant if there ever was one. Where Berneses and Danes can hit around 120 pounds, one of these dogs can weigh closer to 200 pounds. What were Newfoundlands bred for? Their sweet temperament. They've been called gentle giants and nature's babysitter, and have been historically valued for their protective nature of children. Yes, they are good with their own children, or puppies, but they are also protective of our two-legged tykes as well. Not only that, this great big dog has webbed feet and a natural inclination for water rescue. So if you're drowning and you call for help, this just might be the kind face you see paddling toward you. The great poet of Walden Pond, Henry David Thoreau, once wrote,
"A man is not a good man to me because he will feed me if I should be starving, or warm me if I should be freezing, or pull me out of a ditch if I should ever fall into one. I can find you a Newfoundland dog that will do as much."
What isn't the Newfoundland good at? Being a guard dog. They're just too loving to even pretend to be aggressive. But then, guarding is what we have the German Shepherd for. Maybe one of the most familiar breeds of dog, the German Shepherd, as we've seen before, is a dead ringer for the ancestral wolf. Originally from Germany, this strong, intelligent, courageous, hardworking, loyal, and beautiful dog was bred as a herding dog. Herding dogs, like the German Shepherd, have had the predator's natural instinct to kill domestic prey like animals, like sheep, bred right out of them. What has replaced that instinct? A passion for protecting the animals it's responsible for. This is a great relief to a herd of sheep, and a great annoyance to the wild wolf, scoping out a potential meal. Protect, protect, protect. That's the canid credo of this dog, who has been historically a rescue dog, a guide dog for the disabled, a police dog, a Red Cross dog in World War I, a movie star, and a working farm dog. This dog's name is Baron. It almost seems like he knows the admirable history of his German Shepherd breed. His main job? Loyal pet and dog companion to his best friend, Rocco, the Bernese Mountain Dog. A dog's life can be a good life indeed. Big dogs, however, aren't the only dogs that have roles beyond being pets and companions. Take the American Cocker Spaniel. Okay, these are just puppies, but even when they grow up, they won't weigh much more than 30 pounds. What good are they besides cuddling? Whoa, these dogs are excellent sporting dogs, with muscular and strong-boned legs, bred as bird dogs. Does this mean Cocker Spaniels catch birds? No, they flush out birds that are hiding in concealing vegetation for their human hunter companions. In fact, the Cocker Spaniel got its name from its ability to flush out woodcocks, a favorite game bird of hunters. This is a quail, but if you squint, it looks a lot like a woodcock. This little puppy may just end up in somebody's lap, but there's a true and eager bird dog behind those big, sad eyes. All right, then here's a lapdog, right? Not exactly. Though there are a number of dog breeds that are primarily bred just as pets or show dogs, this pint-sized miniature dachshund, weighing in at not more than 12 pounds soaking wet, comes from a long line of fierce badger hunters. Badger hunters? Oh yes, those short legs aren't a mistake. Dachshunds were bred as earth dogs, short-legged canids that have the tenacity to dig a badger out of its den. And if you've met a badger, you'd see immediately that that wouldn't be an easy feat. These nocturnal, burrowing animals do not take kindly to being disturbed in or out of their burrows. Can you see it? That eager and able look in the little dachshund's eyes? He may be playing with a toy, but I bet he's thinking, "Badger, Badger, you better watch out." What does the name Dachshund mean? Dachshund is German for badger dog. Of course. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll meet more of man's best friends. But first, let's see if you can guess this next animal fact. The Australian Shepherd comes from A. Australia, B. California, C. Germany, or D. Switzerland. Don't go away. The answer coming up right after this on Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? The Australian Shepherd comes from? The answer is B. California. Ha! Fooled even you, didn't I? No, the Australian Shepherd may be called the Aussie, but this working dog was developed exclusively in the United States, specifically in California, in the 19th century. How did it get its name? Simply by its association with the Basque sheep herders who came to the United States from Australia in the 1800s. Ah, that explains it. Aussies are working dogs, herd dogs with tremendous drive, and as a breed, these energetic dogs really need a job to do. What's a shepherd's job? Sheep herding, of course. A flock like this would make an Aussie run for joy. But when there's no sheep to herd, herding practice with the pack will have to do. Unlike, say, the Great Bernese Mountain Dog, which always looks pretty much like our friend Rocco, tri-colored, but mostly black, there are 8 color variations for the Australian Shepherd, ranging from black and white to red and white, to a lot of fun variations on those themes. Now, if you watch a group of dogs closely, you will inevitably see some pack behavior, courtesy of the ancestral wolf. A pack is a family that lives together and hunts, or in our Aussies' case, herds together as a group. Working as a team was necessary for wolves in order to kill animals larger than themselves. And this cooperative pack nature still exists in our domestic dogs. In this Aussie pack, there will be an alpha dog, or dominant dog, and each member of the pack knows his or her position in the scale of dominance. Overstepping one's rank can result in a nip or a growl to reassert the pack's order. But dogs, like wolves, tend to work in harmony. Though wolves who live in captivity are usually seen in small numbers, often just in pairs, a wolf pack in the wild will more resemble our Aussie group, with packs numbering 20 individuals or more. Though we call dog babies puppies, wolf babies are called cubs, and they will be whelped, or born, in a den, which looks to our untrained eye just like a big hole in the ground. But if you see a wolf disappearing like this in the wild, it's probably just returning to its den. Or it just might be suckling a litter, not so unlike these. In fact, both puppies and wolf cubs look pretty similar when they're first born. They are small, blind, and defenseless. They have short legs, little tails, and short hair. Puppies are born 63 days after their parents mating, and litters, or puppies born to one female, can number from 1 to 12, or even more. Puppies first nurse from their mother's nipples. Then, after about a month or so, they use those tiny teeth to tackle solid food, though they remain under their mother's watchful eye, no matter how big the pups get. In fact, one of the reasons we so admire the wolf is that once the cubs are born, the babies become the focus of the wolf pack's existence. This wolf may like its meal, but it would starve itself if necessary to feed its cubs. Cubs and puppies, like our human babies, are the adored focus of the pack family. Puppies play by wrestling with each other. Not only is this great exercise, it's the way puppies learn to interact socially with other dogs. When looking at an Aussie, do you notice what's missing? If you guessed part of a tail, you're right. A number of breeds have docked tails. Not only the Aussie, but the Great Dane, and the little Cocker Spaniels too. In most cases, they aren't born this way or bred this way, but part of their tails are docked or removed, usually by banding, or with a ligature around the tail that effectively cuts off the blood supply so that the tail falls off in about 3 days. Sound horrible? If done when the puppy is between 24 and 96 hours old, they will often just sleep right through it. If done after that, ouch. Though some people disagree with it, historically, docking has been done with the best intentions. For working dogs who have been bred to hunt game in thick vegetation and brambles, or herd through areas of heavy brush. A tail like Rocco's could become caught or be injured in such places, so docking became a part of some breeds' look and life. Most adaptations in our domestic dogs, however, come about through selective breeding. Bet you're relieved, aren't you, Rocco? Take the hound. The Beagle is a prime example of a hound dog. The Beagle was originally bred for tracking hares in Britain and France, and subsequently became very popular in the United States and Canada for hunting rabbits. How did selective breeding alter the Beagle from our wolf? Look at the ears. Hound's ears aren't at all like the wolf's erect ears. They are drop ears. Beagles, like all other hounds, have been bred to use their noses more than their eyes. Drop ears means less keen hearing, so the hound can concentrate on tracking the scent of the rabbit without being distracted by slight noises. Droopy ears tend to mean an even more super-sensing nose. But even the dogs with the erect ears of their ancestors find plenty to sniff after. Yes, there's more to dogs than meets the eyes, or the nose for that matter. We can conclude all puppies are cute, and all dogs are descended from wolves, even those whose appearance has changed considerably over time. But most importantly, even though man has a lot of friends from the wild and from our human realm, the dog, loyal, loving and devoted, is truly man's very best friend. For more fun animal facts and news, visit our website at animalatlas.tv.
The internet is safe.
See you there. Don't go away. Animal Atlas will be right back. Until next time on Animal Atlas.
I need to have that fixed.
Yeah, I caught a fish this big. So what?
Man, do I need sunscreen.
Cold, 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 cold. Ah, that's better.
Are you looking at me?
Watch it! Hey, I'm swimming! Oh, Grace! Where's my soda?
Mom? No. Mom? No. Mom? No.
Once again, we've traveled the globe from North and South America to Africa and Asia to Australia and every fascinating place in between. We've met all kinds of incredible animals and learned some important facts about their ability to survive and flourish on our planet. And with our help, we'll make sure they're around for a long time to come. Join us next week for another amazing adventure on Animal Atlas.